Hey everybody, welcome back live at Drew's House Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there as we cruise through November here. Good string of shows. Maya Gastman is our guest today, who is used to work here, works here again. There was a whole bunch of stuff in the middle, like college and all that stuff, but she's now a college graduate and has found her way back home here to our NCM Hub studios. How are you, Maya?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. We've had already, to be fully honest with you, we've already had a wild day. Maya and I were running down to the docks of Newburyport because she came in and she was like, oh yeah, no, I was just trying to see my dad off. He was sailing to Antigua. Mm-hmm. Is that right? He's sailing to Antigua. So I was like, he's leaving right now? I was like, did he already leave? And she goes, no, I think he's about to. I was like, well, we can go. So we ran down to the docks to say hello, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So what did you say his schedule was? He's doing...
So they're sailing to Newport, 24-hour sail in Rhode Island. Yeah. And then from there, on Friday, they'll leave for Bermuda, which is about 5 to 7 days, depending on weather and wind, current, and then from there, Antigua.
Wow. And so your mother, who I also met on the docks, she was not on the boat, which I thought was an interesting angle to the story because she's flying to Antigua and is going to meet Maya's dad there. So how about that?
Yeah, she didn't want to be on the ocean passing, which I understand, but he has a full crew with him. And then they'll spend the year in the Caribbean going around the islands and then South America after the Caribbean. They're going to leave the boat, I'm not sure what islands during hurricane season. Yeah. And then they're going to spend time in South America traveling around. They brought backpacks with them. They had folding bikes that they bought for the trip, but last minute decided not to bring them.
Wow.
Which was very expensive and kind of unfortunate that they couldn't bring them in the end. It was just a lot to keep on the deck of the boat while there's 4 people living on board. Maybe at some point they'll bring them for the trip, but I thought it was really cool. Yeah. They bought these bikes, so.
No doubt. I mean, I'm not a sailor myself. I think it's fascinating sailing. But I can't imagine, if it was like just me, I'd be, they're professionals, so they know what they're doing. But it's not like that big of a boat.
No, I mean, it's not
a small boat, but...
No, I mean, it's like a medium-sized boat, I would say. It's definitely very capable of getting them to any place in the world. It's designed...
That's what fascinates me, right? Is that a thing like that can literally take you around the world.
Yeah, it's designed for large ocean passings. It has these bulkheads in the front. It's an LRC, which is a long-range cruiser. So that's the type of boat. It's a Caliber, but an LRC, long-range cruiser. And so it has these bulkheads in the front that if he did hit anything, that it fills with water before it actually hits the interior of the boat. So there's a bit of a safety net inside. So
look at you with all your boating knowledge.
Well, I know because he's told me all about it. And like the fuel tanks are extra large, water tanks are extra large for holding all the necessities that you need for a long passage. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is too, I mean, they're experienced captains, so it's like they part of that is all charting, right? And planning, the water. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's always surprises on the ocean. But, but of course, that's part of the thing is that being a captain, you chart the path and least resistance and all that. Well, that is incredibly cool. Are you going to visit them over the next year?
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking January. My sister and I will probably meet them there.
Good time to get away?
Yeah, in the cold winter. I mean, I do love skiing. I'm a big winter fan, so I do like the cold and I love the snow. So I like both. I like warm and cold. But yeah, my sister and I will meet them down there.
Place to stay. Don't have to worry about a hotel room.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like staying on the boat. Yeah. Hotels are nice as well, but
will they stay like literally on the boat the whole time?
I think they'll
come home from hiking and like go back.
Yeah, I mean they'll do different things where they'll stay in an Airbnb or a hotel if they want to spend a couple of days on the island, get off the boat. They could do both, but mostly they'll be on the boat, I think.
Man, that is crazy. Well, that was fun. I was happy we ran over there at the last second.
Yeah, I was so glad we could see them the last second get off the dock. Like
that is nice. They seem like very nice people. Who else was there? There were a lot of people.
The owners of Auto Pizza, actually.
Oh. I wish I knew that. I could have told them I love their pizza.
They brought 3 boxes of pizza for their when they left the dock to just put on the boat so they could have warm pizza as they left. Nice. Yeah, it was so good. I had it at this place.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the couple, Dee Dee and Anthony are the couple, and they own Otto's Pizza, that chain, the local chain around here.
Yes.
And then
actually, I think it didn't start in Maine. Isn't Portland the original?
Yeah, Portland, Maine was the first location. Now they have one in Newburyport at Leary's liquor shop. They have a small, small space there. And then our good friend Cliff Raskind, just family friends. I'm friends with his daughter Samantha. We've been friends since we were 2 years old. So
Nice.
like all family friends. And then who else? Jermaine, which is Dee Dee's sister, part of the Allen family. And I think that was it. Someone else, one of my dad's, someone like an employee from work, co-worker, whatever. And then their dog. The Allen's dog was there.
Puppy.
Yeah. But that was it.
Fun day on the water. Well, I know I know you're happy for them, and that's gonna be a fun little adventure.
I know. I just want him to get there. Like, I want him to get there okay, and know that he's there.
Natural daughter worry, right? Just
course.
let me know when you're safe. Safe travels. They'll be fine. What's the adventurous family? Obviously, I can already tell that.
Yeah.
So tell me the story. I actually think it was Sarah Hayden, our boss, who sent me a thing, and I was reading it. And before I even started reading it, I was like, "Oh, this is our Maya." So tell me the story about the Volkswagen.
Yeah, so that's super exciting for our family.
Yeah.
We bought a 1990 VW camper van when I was 16. I was in high school. We found it at the Beetle Shop, which is in Belfast, Maine. So we were searching all around the country to find a van because we wanted one that had a good interior, that had a kitchen already built in. We wanted a VW specifically, the Westfalia. Like, that's what we wanted. So we wanted one that didn't have too much rust, because if you have something with rust, it's just gonna get worse. And especially living in New England, it's the worst with the salt. It just kind of deteriorates the body. So having a solid frame was super important to us. We looked all over the country. We were about to fly out to Colorado, different places to get a good van. Yeah, we were gonna ship it home. There was one time we had a really bad scam on eBay Motors. We were so close to buying this van, and then we didn't, because we kind of realized it was a scam, but we were so close to sending money to this person.
Oh yeah.
But
it's funny. People always think the scams are like, oh, it must be like the elderly. They're not really with it. It's not true. Like, I have actually been scammed on for me it was Craigslist.
Yeah.
But in regard to tickets, so not quite like
not
a vehicle.
Bad. Ticket. No, I've also almost been scammed on tickets. Oh my God, it's the worst. You can't tell sometimes. They're really good at like their whole scheme.
Damn scammers.
Yeah. And apartments too. It's really bad.
I bet.
I was moving out to Breckenridge, Colorado last winter. I spent the winter out there. It was great.
Is that where you were last winter? No.
Yeah, I was skiing.
Ski City, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could go out there again at some point. I'll move out there. But when I was trying to find an apartment to live out there, I was being scammed left and right. They almost had me send money to a bunch of applications.
That's the thing, right? It almost always involves sending money early,
exactly,
or at least a piece of it, right?
Yeah. Gotta watch out. There's certain things to know, to look for, like the red flags and scamming, and then just know.
They are better though. Like, I remember, the number was, I remember thinking, like, can I call you on the cell phone, just because I was worried about a scam. And yeah, sure, call. Everything's good.
Wow.
And like, they go out of their way to like, and then once the transaction's done, I remember the phone just died forever.
Did?
Yeah. And it was like, I don't remember exactly the details. This is years ago, but not that long ago, but enough years ago that I can't remember all the details. But the guy, I'm thinking to myself, like, these tickets were not, this isn't like Taylor Swift at Gillette. They were like, it was a Dave Matthews Band show. They were not that expensive. Like, it's like,
is it worth
just $100 or something? Like, maybe not even, maybe like $80 for four. I got 4 tickets. So we're talking like $300 maybe. And I was like, the guy has like a phone that he's like disconnecting, and like this whole operation, and like, for this, really? But I guess if you do that enough times, you end up on the plus side,
I guess. But it's so much effort to do that.
So much.
For $80.
Does not seem like a good lifestyle choice.
No, I mean, not a good person if you're doing
not
that.
Not a good person, not a good lifestyle choice. Remember that one, kids. Don't go into the scamming business. Personal advice for today. But yeah, no, it's easy. Anyway, I derailed you. Sorry. So you're the truck in Colorado doesn't work.
Yeah, and then, back to the van.
The van.
Talking about the van. So we found one at the Beetle Shop, and we got it home on a trailer. We used AAA. We lied to AAA, said that we needed to tow our car home, and said that we were touring colleges in Maine, and then our car broke down. which was not true.
Scammer. AAA scammer.
We said that because
it was a broken down car.
Well, it was. It didn't really drive.
Yeah.
I mean, we needed to replace everything on it, and there's no way we could have driven it home.
Yeah.
And my dad is really good at getting around rules, so he was like, okay, we'll get the best AAA plan that has like 200 miles of free towing, and the only way that they'll say yes to a tow is if your car breaks down and you need to get home. They don't tow cars that you just buy for fun and like need to get home. It's for safety. They're like, okay, your car's broken, we'll figure out a way to get it to the mechanic. So we had to go around that and just say we were touring colleges and our car broke down, we need help. And we weren't even there when it got picked up because it was, I don't know, it's like a 4-hour drive from Newburyport. It's pretty far. I forget how long, but we weren't there when it was picked up, but it worked out. We didn't really have to pay anything, and because it would have been so expensive to pay for over 200-mile tow.
Yeah.
So we got it for free, basically. But I remember the day it was delivered at my house. I mean, it was in rough shape, but it was so magical to just have it appear in the driveway. And
so what's the backstory with it? Because you are like why did you want this? Like,
yeah, in high school, I just had a dream.
Why did you want this broken down Volkswagen?
Not that I wanted a broken down van. I wanted to fix it up, but I wanted to be in a van so that I could just go all over the country and see all the sights, and I wanted to follow bands on tour. I loved the whole music aspect of following a band on tour, and how in the 60s with Woodstock, people would live in their vans and
you little hipster
and follow the Dead. And I love the Grateful Dead, but I was just obsessed with that whole culture of the music scene and living in a van and seeing the country. And I still love that. I mean, I guess I'm not as... I don't know. I'm a bit more on track now that I've been through college. I'm not as pulled in different directions as easily, but I still really enjoy the whole concept of road tripping and seeing music.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm so excited that we finally finished it. It's been 6 or 7 years. We spent the summers when I was home from college working on it.
How often would you work on it?
So we would work on it almost every day in
really?
the summer. Yeah,
at least a little bit every day.
Yes, yes. I mean, we would get up at 6. My dad was like, be in the garage at 6, and we're gonna start, and we'd spend hours and hours on it. So I would get so I would get nauseous because I'd be so hungry, and all I'm ingesting is fumes of oils and degreaser, but I was starving at the same time, and it was like, it made me so nauseous. Like, there'd just be multiple days of that, like not eating enough because we're just working, and my mom would bring out food. And
is it you and Dad pretty much doing the work?
Yeah, my mom was never interested. She's like, this is your project. I do not want to have anything to do with it. She doesn't like working with cars. Like, cars are just not her thing. She doesn't find them exciting. Yeah. So she just stayed out of it. She was happy to go for a ride in it after it was done. She still hasn't yet. I know she will. She likes camping, not as much as my dad and I do, but she'll still get in it. She will. She hasn't done it yet. But when my parents get back from this trip that we were talking about earlier, definitely try to go camping. We will go camping.
That's awesome. Very cool. So and you never had to bring in like professional help, like no mechanics?
No, we did.
You did, okay. I was gonna say it's a tough thing for.
My dad and I are not professionals by any means. My dad learned through YouTube. We watched videos on how to take things apart specific to our van, and then put them back together. We would take pictures of specific things.
Literally a learning from scratch project.
Yeah. I mean, he's really good with tools, and I'm lucky that he's super handy and really, really good with that. He's worked on tools his whole life, but not really on a car. We just started without any, I don't know, we didn't really read about it. We just started. He knew a little bit about working in cars just from growing up, but we learned as we went. And that's...
Wow. Was there any, I mean, I've seen you with your dad. You guys love each other, but were there any ever moments working in a garage, inhaling fumes 6 hours a day where you were like, I'm really kind of getting sick of you, Dad?
Yeah, we definitely fought a lot. Yeah. Because he has a temper. He can sometimes have a temper and gets angry for no reason. Just, he's frustrated.
Car things aren't working.
Exactly. And over his head, we didn't know what we were doing. There's so many moments where we were just stuck. And we're like, okay, we need to take a break. Let's go have lunch.
Yep.
Let's sit down. Let's step away from this. And every time we did that, it was so much better coming back to it, because I would be the one that would have to say, we need to take a break. Because he would get so frustrated. He would get so angry. And I said, we need to stop this when we're taking a break. And it was so good that I said that, because he would just get angry. He would get so frustrated. And he would take it out on me. And I didn't do anything. I was just trying to help.
It must be tough to take a break, though, because you do just want to cram through and get it done, right? Because I can understand that once you get momentum going and stuff. So, yeah.
It's hard, because even when you do get momentum, you may encounter a bolt or something that needs a certain tool that we don't have. So there were so many times where we'd get stuck. We'd have to stop. And he would say, go to the store and buy like a 14 millimeter, like, I don't know, wrench that we need.
Yeah.
You need to buy this specific tool. You need to go to Amesbury. You need to go to this store. Go get that, and then we'll keep going. So there's so many times where I'd just be in the car driving, getting tools that we would use for one thing, and then that was it.
So all your friends are going to the beach.
Exactly.
This is what you're doing?
Yeah. I miss so many beach days, so many fun things, just working on the van.
But obviously you love doing it.
I do love doing it, but he was hard on me about the time we spent on it. He was like, you need to be working on this with me. Like, this is your project. This is my project.
Yeah.
I'm taking so much time out of my life to work on this with you. Like, I need you to be here, be present, and work on it. Like, don't run away with your friends. So I did spend a lot of time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I bet that's probably going to be a good memory for you when you get older, when you guys both get older. You're like, those were pretty cool hours spent together, right?
Yeah, I know. We have a lot of pictures, documented it a ton, so I'm really glad that I did, because I knew looking back on it that I would want to save these memories and experiences. And with me being a video major in college, like I'm good at the documentation part and the photography, so luckily I'm on top of that.
What did Mom say about the two crazy people working on the car in the garage?
She liked it. She liked that we were bonding together, having a project together. It's nice for her to watch us do something together. And my dad and I tend to do things together. We have a lot in common. I mean, my sister does too, but not as much tools and cars. She doesn't like that stuff as much, but him and I do a lot of different things together. Like we built a boat when I was in high school, like early high school.
Built a boat?
Yeah, 16-foot little.
Not the one that took off, no?
Oh, yes. It's this 16-foot wooden skiff. It was small and kind of awkward in the water, but it worked. We'd go to the beach. We would put it in at Gastman, and then we'd go up down the river. I guess it's down.
Like with a motor and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, we put a motor on it. We would take my dog on it. We used to take my dog on it. We'd go to the Salisbury Beach area, I don't know, near the mouth kind of, but before the mouth. We'd spend a lot of time on the beach. And that was fun to go up and down. And we'd go, you know those waterways by Plum Island?
Yep.
We would take it all over there and zoom around, and it's just cool to use a boat that you made.
This. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So that's again, Maya Gastman joining us here. She's part of our NCM Hub family, but obviously has very cool stories. That just reminded me of, was it you ever seen them? It's kind of dating myself. Little Big League, the baseball movie?
I think so.
There's a scene where the kid's like, I'm baseball manager, but he just wants to be a kid again. He goes out with his guy, his 12-year-old friends, and they made a boat all summer. They jet around the place in a boat, and it ends up fuming and on the lake. But they're like, it was going.
Yeah.
But Maya's nice enough to join us. Tell us how you liking the place. Just how you left it here years ago?
In Kittery? Is that
No, this place.
This place.
Yeah, enjoying being back at work here?
I do, yeah. It was nice. It was unexpected to get this job, though, because I came in before I even knew that there was a position open to rent out a tripod, and then Sarah was like, so, what are you up to? I'm like, I'm looking for a job. She's like, well, just so you know, there is a position open. I'm like, oh, really? Because I hadn't even considered working here again, just because I was moving on from Newburyport. I'm moving out of the house. I'm I don't know.
Yeah, because your family's here and you're on your own in Kittery.
And I didn't really want to be in Newburyport anymore. I wanted to just go to another place, see other parts of the world and in the country. But it just really worked out this way, especially with my parents leaving. And I was living at home at the time, so I didn't have a lot of time to look for a job and find an apartment. So it just all happened fast. I mean, I'm really grateful to have this job and to work here. I mean, it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah.
To live in Newburyport. Well, I don't live here anymore. I live in Kittery. But to work here. So
how far is the drive?
That's like 25 minutes.
Oh, not bad at all.
I'm really into audiobooks, so I get really into them. So I'm just behind the wheel listening. I'm like, how am I already in Newburyport? Like, I want to keep driving. Yeah. So
there's something to that. Like I'm used to have when I first started work, for like a short period, I had a long commute, and I was like, traffic's so lame, and I don't have that anymore because I work so early. But and like, there's not much that I miss. I don't like traffic, but I do. There was something about being on the road for a while that like I could get. I don't know. I found myself like keeping in touch better with people. Like I'd have time to kind of
to call.
Yeah, just like because you're not doing anything. Like so, you're stuck in traffic. So it's like I'd call mom back on the way from work. Like I would have longer conversations.
Yeah.
Stuff. And I feel like I was better about that then. That's like one of the things I miss of like traffic and by yourself driving. I don't know. But just one of my thoughts. At 3:30 in the morning, there's not too much traffic.
Do you work early?
Oh yeah.
What time do you work?
I'm responsible for the WBZ for like the 6 o'clock news, so I'm in there by 5.
Wow, I didn't know that. Is that every day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Monday through Friday. But it's not like, I mean, back when I first started, I was in it. I woke up at 2. Then like every year, I kept pushing it back like a half hour, negotiating my schedule.
What time are you out usually?
I'm out by noon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not bad.
The thing is, you have some flexibility.
Yeah.
Because like when you're reporting, which I do at the end of my shift, it's like, you kind of go off and do stories, and sometimes the story might be at 7 o'clock at night. So that's kind of.
You work the whole day then, kind of.
But I'm not working till 7 though. Like I'll go home maybe and take a nap and say, all right, I'll just make sure I have that story for tomorrow, which is essentially the same thing as working 3 hours after the shift.
That's true.
So like I'll use our story with your parents. For the news station.
Yeah.
That'll be fun,
Yeah.
But that would be. But that's how it works. You're kind of just always on the clock rather than. It's one of the. I told you it's a mad person business, didn't I?
Yeah, definitely you did.
Certainly did.
I know it is. Yeah.
Well, I know Sarah Hayden here is thrilled to have you back. So.
Yeah.
That's great. She speaks very highly of you, as do I. But she talks more. Maya Gastman again. Big thanks to May Power producing this show and all of them. And she's feeling better too. She was sick there for a week, so we appreciate having Maeve back, and we're happy to have Maeve back. I think it's just you guys here today, right?
Yeah.
Small but mighty team in Newburyport. Ryan Rothberg, you're out there somewhere. Hope you're doing well. What's going on? Anything interesting at the station here in November? Anything you want to promote? Anything?
Oh yeah. So I'm starting a new show with Kayla from the Animal Control. So she's one of the officers for Animal Control in Newburyport.
Nice.
So we're starting a new show. I think we're still in the works of the name, maybe Pod Talk or Animal Talks. I'm still trying to figure that name out. But
you're gonna sit in this seat. You're gonna do the host.
No, not a radio show, but video.
So just video. Okay.
Yeah, So I'm gonna do certain episodes and talk about different animal issues in the city.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
What are some animal issues right now? I love animal stories.
So I
have a feeling these aren't the happiest stories. Right?
I think people have different opinions about the animal laws and what goes on. I posted this questionnaire out in the city because I wanted to do a Q&A for the first episode with her, so where she would answer questions that people had. I didn't get that many responses. I was kind of disappointed, but I really wanted to get kind of juicy and to get people get angry. I wanted people to really talk about pressing issues they had, but I didn't get as many responses.
Give me an example, like what was one?
One of them was like this woman. It was all anonymous too. I wanted that to be completely clear so that people would feel comfortable expressing their opinions. Even I don't even know who sent the questions in. So they don't even give me an email.
Yeah.
And I wrote that on there on the Google Forms thing that I used. But one of them, this one was like this. One of my neighbors is feeding raccoons dry dog food off of pans. Like, I'm scared. Is that illegal? Like, what should I be doing about that? That was interesting.
Well, that one's complicated. What is the answer to that? That's not good, right?
No.
I don't think
feeding raccoons dog food?
Pretty sure that's bad.
Yeah, so I'm going to have her talk about that.
I don't want to make any judgment, but I'm pretty sure that's bad.
Not feeding wild animals. I don't think that's a good idea.
Reminds me, I have to get dog food on the way home.
Oh, you have a dog?
I got 2.
Oh, what kind do you have?
Oh yeah, look, they're not there. Well, I guess they're kind of there. I have a terrible picture of them, but hound dog, pit bull.
Oh, cute.
That picture's mostly of the ducks. You can't
Yeah,
really see it on my phone. It's a bad screenshot. I'll show you when we're done. But yeah, I got 2 big dogs. They're good. They're Madmen.
Nice.
What do you have?
What do I have for
Dogs?
pet?
Yeah.
No, not anymore. We had a Labradoodle.
You mentioned a dog earlier.
She passed
Yeah.
a couple years ago, but she was the joy of the family. She was amazing and fun. She had the best person. That's a good picture.
That's a little better. There's my dog's walking. There we go. No dog and kittery?
Our lease doesn't allow it with my
I
friend
figured that,
Katie. But I feel like, and I want 2 dogs. I love dogs, and
I always say 2.
just feel like right now in my life I'm not ready for that big of a commitment. I mean, it's many years.
2's just as easy as 1. Don't let people tell you it's twice as hard.
Well, even 1 dog. I love to travel. I like to go on planes and
That's true.
do different things. Like I'm gonna visit my parents. I'd have to pay for someone to take care of the dog. It's just right now. I don't think I'm ready for that, even though I will definitely have dogs in the future.
Well, it's responsible in its own way.
Have to. They're also expensive. You have to pay for the vet and the shots, the food, boarding.
They're
training.
worth it, though.
Oh, they're so worth it. They're expensive right now.
Sometimes they make you feel like they're not, but they're.
Yeah.
All right, so that was good. This was fun. The car. Did you drive the van here? Did you drive?
No, it's so sad. I don't have to drive a stick shift yet.
Oh.
So
another lesson to come.
What's really sad is that while my parents are gone, the van's gonna be in my garage, sitting there for the entire year they're away, not being driven because I don't have to drive stick shift yet, and I would love to take it on road trips.
That seems like the easy part. You should learn how to drive a stick shift.
Yes, but I cannot learn on this van because the engine's in the trunk, and the whole shifting, like the shifter thing, is this long.
Oh, okay.
It's like really long, and it goes down the entire length of the van. I don't know, it's like a 14-foot, maybe 15-foot van. It's so long, so it's really vague. My dad was telling me he was having trouble getting into first and second gear. Like one time we were in the
He knows what he's doing.
We were in traffic, and he's been driving a stick his whole life. But we were in traffic and down to Newburyport. He accidentally put it into reverse. So we were just backed up into traffic.
Oh no.
I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna get out of the car right now and tell the car behind me that, sorry, we're still learning how to drive.
Did you do that?
No, but I was about to. I took my seatbelt off and I was about to open the door because he couldn't get into first gear. He kept putting it in reverse and was getting closer and closer to this car behind us. And it was.
All right, so we got to figure that part out.
No, we did figure it out. We brought it to. Well, there were a couple of times where we used professional help where I did forget to mention. What we were talking about. There was a couple times where we did have to bring in people to help us to make sure things looked okay, that were
and
safe.
Yeah.
So one of the times we brought it over after we finished everything.
Yeah.
We brought it to this mechanic near Portsmouth, and he just went through a bunch of stuff that we were having issues with and helped the shifting be a little bit better. We got the clutch replaced as well.
But for but for a little bit, it sits in the garage.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed. I really want someone to teach me, but I don't have another car to learn on right now, and I do not want to learn on this van.
There you go.
It scares me to drive it. It's my baby. I love it. I don't want to scratch the paint. I mean, we got a brand new paint job, and
well, you guys, I'm sure would fix it if you did do anything to it. But
it's
keep us posted on Mom and Dad's travels.
Wait, say that again?
Keep us posted on
yes.
Very. I'm sure they'll be having a drink somewhere and tropical by the time we see you again.
Yes.
And yeah, good luck with the show and everything else at the station. This was fun catching up. Thanks for showing me the docks of Newburyport too.
Yeah,
it was fun. Maya Gastman, do you want to give away your Instagram handle and any of that stuff where people can follow your?
Yeah, my Instagram is Maya Gastman. That's the handle. It's my first name, last name. Should I spell that?
You should spell it. Yeah.
Okay, MayaGastman.
I just followed her. It was weird. We weren't following each other.
I know.
Strange.
What about that?
What a weird moment. All right, that does it, everybody. That's Maya. She does a lot of great work here. You'll see more of her. Thank you again, Maeve, Sarah, live at Drew's House, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.